Yeah, I think it's safe to say that in 2025, most people they're not working for dreams anymore. They're working for survival, especially men. I mean, come on. I mean, the deal between men and the world that has changed, and most men know it when they wake up every morning. For decades and decades, the promise was simple, right? It was the whole go to school, work hard, climb the company ladder, buy a home, raise a family, retire with dignity. That was the script for so long. That was the dream, the American dream, right? Got to be asleep to believe it. So, yeah, men bought in for a long time. They gave their youth, they gave their energy, their loyalty, and their very lives to that script. But of course, that script doesn't exist anymore. Hasn't for quite some time. And today, the average man isn't working toward a dream. He's just working not to fall behind and to not lose his apartment, to keep food in the fridge for him and his kids. He's working so that the lights don't get shut off. And that's not a dream. That's not chasing a dream at all. That's just running from collapse. Survival isn't about building. It's about treading water. And that's exactly how millions and millions and millions of men are feeling right now. Like they're thrashing just hard enough just to keep from going under and drowning. But the worst part is the world looks at them and just says, hey man, if you're drowning, you must not be swimming hard enough, right? Wear your water wings, bro. There's no one around to give you any water wings. But yeah, I mean, when you reduce a man's labor to pure survival, dude, you strip it. You strip it of meaning. Work becomes purely transactional. It's just a transaction, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours of your life a week in exchange for just enough, if that, to cover the bills. We live in a gig economy, so you're probably doing more than one thing. That's why you're working double what you should be. But yeah, I mean, it's whatever you're getting, it's not enough to build, and it's certainly not enough to dream. It's just enough to reset the meter, right? So you can run that gauntlet again next week, next month. I mean, just think about the man who finally gets that small raise at work. Like that's gonna matter anyways. With inflation, it's negligible. If it's like shooting a BB gun at a freight train. But I mean, for 5 minutes, he may feel like, wow, maybe things are going to turn around. But, and then, lo and behold, his rent jumps up $200. Groceries climb, insurance hikes. That raise disappears even before it even lands, right? That's survival mode. That's the treadmill that most people are running right now. And the cruel twist is that, on the guy side here, we're told that's noble, that providing, even if it's just survival, is what makes you a man. That's the litmus test for a man now. But, what they don't tell you is that this definition of neo-manhood, it chains you to a system that no longer rewards your sacrifice. Most men are not lazy. I've talked about this. They're not lazy. They're not unambitious. They are trapped in a loop, on a hamster wheel, and on a treadmill. And no matter how much they give, they're still just one missed paycheck away from disaster. I mean, there's a reason why there's all these cheesy corporate slogans that talk about dreams and growth and opportunity, right? It's marketing. It's just marketing. They dress up survival to make it sound like vision, But the reality is that most men, they aren't climbing any ladder. They're holding it up for someone else because the wealth goes upward and then the scraps trickle down. But yeah, let me pause for a sec, because this is exactly why I wrote my book, Dark Mode Protocol. They don't need any more of these cheesy slogans. They need something they can actually use. That's what the book is for. It's just it's a straight guide for men trying to get through a system that doesn't care about them. And so if you want to pick that up, the link is right above at the tippy top of the screen. It's also in the video description down below, as well as in the pinned comment. So that way you can find the sucker. And, if you're someone who needs more than a book, if you want direct one-on-one time with me to get clarity or strategy for your own situation, whatever it might be, I also do offer private calls. So the booking page is also in those same exact spots up above and down below. So go check that out. But yeah, back to the point. So men, they don't work for dreams, okay? There's no dreams. Sure, there's some nuance, there's some nuances, of course. There are men who do have some dreams that they can kind of reach, but it's far and few between. Most people are working for survival. And survival isn't sustainable. It isn't. A man can stay in survival mode for years, yeah, but it eventually erodes him. It strips his hope. It makes him numb. Because a man who only survives never lives. And a man who never lives eventually loses the will to survive. That's why we're seeing record numbers of men just walking away and shutting down and giving up. Stop calling them cowards and failures. It's not that. I mean, survival without vision it's just a slow death. No one can live on survival alone. You can't. And you're probably asking me, well, what's the way forward? And I would say it's not waiting for the system to change, because it's not going to. It's just changing how you engage with it. It's refusing to pour your soul, rent your soul into corporations that don't even know your name. It's refusing to define your worth by how many hours you can grind. It's reclaiming your time and your energy and your identity from a system that wants to strip it away. I mean, here's the raw truth. Men don't need to be martyrs for survival. Men need to build lives worth living. Damn it. And that means finding meaning outside the paycheck, outside the grind, outside the illusion of the dream. It means deciding that you matter even if the system doesn't see it. Screw them.